Hello guys, I'm Saddamo and this is a tutorial how to learn programming IC chips. At least how I learned it. This tutorial is for beginners. This small example displays the oxygen ratio in this room and the temperature in Celsius. I will build it from scratch with these logic chips, and after that we will build it together with IC chip. Everything has been removed from the wall, so let's start. I will take this sensor, scroll with mouse. So we have a gas sensor, then we need two LED displays just like this, and now we need to read some data. So this one is going to be a reader for our temperature, and this one is going to be our reader for our oxygen ratio. I need to mention one more important thing. When we are going to program IC chip, then we will get the variables for IC program from these chips. So for example, gas sensor, input is going to be gas sensor, and variable temperature, that's our variable for our IC code. And this guy is going to read gas sensor as well, but we want to read oxygen ratio, just like this. Now we have some numbers, right? To get temperature in Celsius we need logic month, and we will need a memory. So this is our memory. So let's program it. Input 1 is going to be our logic reader, and our input number 2 is going to be our logic memory, and the function is subtract. Now we need to program our memory. So to get the temperature in Celsius we need to subtract from this number over here, number 273.15, but we can't get it correctly because we don't have a 15 on the memory, so we can subtract 273.1 or 273.2, and this is our temperature in Celsius. So next step, we will use a math unary, and we can use a function seal, which is like a ceiling, or floor, this one. So the input one will be math unit, now we have 17, and we need to display that number on this display. So I will rename the display. This is our temperature, and this is going to be our ratio. Just like this. And now I can program other stuff. So we have this number, but we need to display it over here. So we will use a writer. So input is our math unary, and output is our LED display temperature. this one and we will display setting just like this, and of course the display is turned off. So we have number 17 over there. Now we have the temperature in Celsius, ratio oxygen or oxygen ratio here, and we want to display it over here. There is few ways how we can do it, so I will do it my way. So we will get a writer, one here and one over here, and just for fun we will use one dial. I will explain a little bit later why. So let's program this writer. This is our input logic reader. The output is our LED display oxygen ratio. And the variable is setting again, but you'll get this number over here. We need to switch that LED display to different mode, and we will use this logic writer for it. So the input is this dial, the output is LED display oxygen ratio, and the variable is mode. Nothing is changing right now. Okay, so I will change this number to 2. So this is mode 0, the mode 1 of the LED displays percentage. If I will switch it again, it will be for displaying electricity. So let's go back, mode 1, just like this. So now we have almost everything what we need. So we will write our code. I installed IC chip into IC housing and I have added one more LED display. We will use this one, so we will see how it goes. So let's get started, right? So first we will start with aliases, as always. Alias sensor temperature is going to be our register R0. Next alias is going to be, let's say, Kelvin 0. That is going to be R1. Then we need alias Celsius, temperature, and it is going to be R2, for example. I mean, we need alias for oxygen ratio, so alias oxy ratio, and it is going to be, let's say, R10. I will use only 2 screws, D0 and D3, I think. So alias gas sensor is going to be D0, and alias LED display is going to be our D3, something like this. Why I'm going to use only one display, you will see in a while. So we need to program the screws. So D0 is going to be our gas sensor, just like this. and D3 is going to be our LED display. So LED display, this one. Now we will figure out together the IC code, and it is going to be easy, as I said. So we need to load the temperature from this gas sensor, like this, in this reader, and then we need to do some math. So let's do it. So the first line is going to be start. This is where our program starts. So first line is L, and we need to load some number. So the line is load sensor temperature, from our gas sensor, and the variable is, we will take a look, and the variable is temperature. So let's go back and let's try temperature. So this is our first line. Confirm export, just in case. Let's do our next line. So L, we want to get oxy ratio, from our gas sensor as well, and we need the variable. I will save it and let's take a look. So the variable is ratio oxygen. Let's go back. So just like this, and now I will add one letter over here so the program looks fine. Confirm export. So we have a little bit of code here, and let's do a little bit more. I will add one more line over here, and we need to get this number Kelvin 0, but we need to set it manually. So let's do it. The command is move Kelvin 0 and the value for that number. And as you can remember, maybe, let's take a look. It's here. It's 273.2, but we will use a little bit more precise number. So we will use 273.15. That's exactly the value, like 0 Celsius to Kelvin. So confirm export. So let's take a look what is happening here. This math unit is taking this number from this logic reader, 291 right now, subtract, which means minus this number over here, and then we get this number, which is 18. So let's do it in the program. So the command is sub, like subscribe, right? So let's do the command, and the command is like subscribe, or maybe just sub or sub, and we want to get the number. The final number is our Celsius temperature, and we need sensor temperature minus our Kelvin 0. Sorry guys, I need to fix this number. It's not 237, it's 273. So let's go here. We can use this Kelvin 0 now. So subtract sensor temperature minus Kelvin 0, which is 273.15. So Kelvin 0, and that is going to be our Celsius temperature. So let's go here and confirm export. So let's try to display some data. We will try to display first our temperature on our LED. S, save. That's for displaying the data on our LED display. So S, where we want to display, we want to display on LED display, so it is D3 or our alias, so we will use alias. What kind of a variable we want to display, so I will save the program and we can take a look. For example, here the variable is setting, so that's our variable. S, LED display, setting. And what do we want to display? And we want to display Celsius temperature or register 2. So we are going to use alias Celsius temperature. Now we will add yield J for jump to start, and yield is a small break for our program, so confirm export. So I will run the IC chip and we have 1896, so the temperature is slowly rising. So I will shut down IC and let's take a look. Before this line we can do something better with this number. If we want to have a more nice number or nicer number, we can do round for rounding Celsius temperature, and we can do it one more time. Which means the Celsius temperature, which is R2 register, will be rounded again into this same register. So this number will become this number and then it will get displayed. So don't be confused guys. I know it can look confusing, but this is how it's done. So confirm export. I will run the IC and now the number is rounded. So now program is working. So let's make it even a little bit more funny, because we still want to display oxygen ratio. So we will add few empty lines. And let's start with oxygen ratio. So it will be S, save to LED display, setting, and we want to display oxy ratio. That's our alias. So I will confirm export. I will run the IC and we can see something is happening, but it is not working properly, right? So I will shut down the IC and let's improve it. So I will insert here between this data for displaying and this data, I will add one yield just like this. Confirm, export, and let's see. Every half of a second there is something else. So when we take a look on the program, so the program will start from here. It runs to the start over here, like jump start. It goes back to the start and it runs over and over. So it goes all these lines. It will display this on our display. Then the program will stop for a half of a second. Then it will display this line. It goes here. It will stop for a half of a second. It goes here, J, jump to start, and it is running over and over. So if we want to have this value there for longer time, we can do it very easy like this. Confirm, export, and let's take a look. Now it is switching the values on its own. We don't need to do anything, but we want to have that oxygen ratio in like a percentage, like here. We need to do some tuning. So this is our oxy ratio, and before that we need to switch the LED display to different mode. So let's do it. We will do S, save LED display. Okay, I will confirm and export. We go here, and this is example. This is writer, and the variable is mode. The mode is switching the display modes, and the mode number is 1. We can see it here. If I will switch it to mode 2, that's for electricity. So variable mode, and the mode number is 1. Let's go back. S, save LED display, mode base 1. Confirm, export, and let's take a look if it works. Now we need to do a little bit more tweaking. This is not a mistake, this is not an error, I did it deliberately. So we need to fix it again, because we want to switch the display from mode 1 to mode 0, because we are trying to display two different numbers. So I will stop IC housing. Let's do it. We will do it over here. I will add one more line. We don't need to do line. We don't need to add more lines, but it will look better. So this is the line S LED display mode 1. We need exactly same except the mode number. So confirm export, because if we want normal number on a display, that's the mode 0. So let's take a look and let's do it. So here S, save LED display, variable is mode again, and the mode number for LED display to display the numbers is 0, just like this. Confirm, export. I will start IC and let's see. And now we are using one LED display to display two different things. We can display few different things if we want. So guys, I'm going to upload this program into the Steam workshop. So it is going to be SDP IC chapter screen and publish. So you will find this program on my Steam workshop, guys. Everybody knows I am a coffee addict, so you can buy me a coffee. I will share a link in the top right corner. So this is it, guys. If you can, let me know in the comments if you want more tutorials, because I'm absolutely sure there is much more things we can do together.